with Goodwood, the 335. It's the Stewards Cup, a heritage handicap. Always a tricky race, but in recent years, I think something like 10 or 11 this century of the winners have been a single-figure price. So it is gettable. And Frank, I think there's only about one horse who's a single-figure price in your book, isn't there?
Oh no, we have 4.
Oh,
so
4.
Projection 6-1. Dandino, Polybius, and Sir Dan Slaughter 8-1. Growl is 10-1. Outback Traveller and Edward Lewis 14-1. Raucous, Eastern Impact 16-1, and we're 20-1 bar.
Now, Graham, there's been a trend develop with postcards. When you're confident, it doesn't always go to plan. But when you say, "Oh, and I don't really fancy anything," and you're Graham Plodway rather than Graham Rodway, you absolutely churn the winners out, don't you? So, what Graham have we got today? Confident?
When I walked in, the boys asked me what I fancied. I don't really know, So
good.
maybe that's a good sign.
Okay, well, kick us off with the Stewards Cup. A nice, easy start.
Yeah. I'm quite interested how the draw's going to go, because early in the week you wanted to be near this stand-side rail. The winners were flying up the stand-side rail, but then as the week's gone on, it seems to have changed and gone the other way. More towards the middle. And I've always thought in the Stewards Cup over history, you always wanted to be low, sort of towards the middle, far side. And I think that they've been running up this near side rail and the centre so much that it's almost bound to be churned up there now. And of course, we've got the ground's going to be drying out as well.
Have we got a fresh strip on the inner as well, possibly, haven't we?
Yeah, there's definitely one today, I think, isn't there?
Oh, right, okay.
But yeah, I mean, it will be fresher than some that's been used all week anyway. So I'm thinking low numbers. I could be wrong, obviously, it's a complete guess, but I'm going to go with the low numbers. And the one I like is Growl for Richard Fahey, who was not far off top class. I think he finished second in Group 1 company last year or the year before. I mean, he's obviously lost his way, but he's back down to quite a handy mark. And I really like this jockey, Conor Murtagh, claims £7. I think he's excellent value for that, especially on a pretty straightforward ride ground. An old favourite who we know is a very easy ride coming down that downhill track. I think he's got the ability to win it. I'm not massively strong on him, but I like Growl.
Okay, Graham likes Growl. DJ, have you had a study up? How are you doing anyway? You last in the week. How long have you been down at Galway?
Well, today is my 5th day, so came down Monday morning, and yeah, the whole week it's a war of attrition really. But Balco the Flow won the place, so I flagged that up a couple of weeks ago. So that's.
Have you been drinking heavily?
No, not really, no, because we're up quite early, in the modern day of audio, visual and stuff like that. You kind of have to not only sound the part, but look the part as well. So, no, not really too much. I had a few points on Tuesday night and then died of death on Wednesday morning, but that was about the height of it. Is
it as busy and raucous and mad as ever, generally?
Yeah, and it gets younger. I know, obviously, I'm getting older, and every year I go back, I'm a year older, but the crowd actually gets younger, and like it's just remarkable. Like it seems to be between the ages of 15 and 20. It seems to be like a hotbed for that age group. It's just like last night I went out for dinner and it was just like going to a teenage disco.
Sounds good. Okay. Have you got the winner of the Stewards Cup for us?
Yeah, just on the draw front. I went through the draw there. Like in the last 5 years, Stall 4 has won it twice, and Stall 1, Magical Memory, was drawn in Stall 1, and then 2013, Rex Imperator won from stall 26 and Intrinsic was in stall 22. So it's hard to make head or tail of it, really. I suppose 3 of the last 5 winners have been drawn 4 or less is the best statistical analysis on it. I'd be willing to take 1 high and 1 low. Like, it's very, very boring, but I think Projection is potentially the best horse in the race. Was so unlucky at Ascot. Like, just travel like a dream, and it was one of them weeks where I was just caught on the wrong side, and it poked your eye out the whole way through that race, and it's gone up £2 for that, which I think is fairly reasonable, because it looked as though there was more improvement in the locker. Strawn in stall 27. Again, we don't know if that's a positive or a negative, but the value has gone. Like 6-1 is probably a ridiculous price, but it's that kind of age-old question. It's poor value, but it's the most likely winner, so it's hard to kind of sum it up. But I think Projection is the most likely winner, and I'd just be willing to chance Brian the Snail, because it's blinkered for the first time. And if you go back to when it won at Catterick, it was on really soft ground that day, won by 7 lengths when it was a novice stakes back last October. And like the wheels have well and truly come off since, but blinkers on for the first time. It's off 101. I would have thought earlier on in its career when it won its first 3 starts it was going to be better than that. Strawn is stall 2, So it could be well drawn, and Tony Hamilton takes the ride. I think it's about 25 to 1. It could go well at a big price.
Okay, projection and Brian the Snail for David. Who for you, Frank Hickey?
Would you believe I a short list of 2, both big prices, both drawn low in 2 and 3. Brian the Snail being one of them, Dave. So maybe we'll bury this between the two of us.
That's music to my ears, Frank.
Yeah, no, he was one. Like, look, first 3 runs, he was very impressive, and you would have thought this is definitely a group horse in the making. Went to York, disappointing in the listed race, disappointing in the Sandy Lane, disappointing in the handicap debut last time. But the blinkers go on, and I'm pretty sure I was listening to the clerk of the course this morning at Goodwood, and he was saying that the far side might just be a touch quicker, and that there's the last half furlong is shaded on the stand side rail, so that it might dry out a bit slower. So I think you definitely want to be drawn low. So that's why I'm concentrating on the low numbers. So Brian Sainz one for me at 25 to 1. And the other one is a horse called Shanghai Glory. He's drawn 3. He made his reappearance this year in the Wokium on lightning fast ground, which would have been all against him. But you only go back to his previous run, his last run last year, when he hacked up really in a listed race at the Curragh. When the figures would have said he hadn't much of a chance. He was only rated 94 going into that listed race. He's running off, he ran off 104 in the Wokium. He's dropped to 101. And like, if you could take that listed form as kind of gospel, I think this is just one soft ground. His record on 6 furlongs with good soft ground is very good. He's like 1 or 2nd nearly every time. At bar, I think he 4 Doncaster, but that was over 7. So yeah, I think this got a massive chance, 25 to 1.
Okay.
I'll be back in as soon as I finish the podcast.
Brilliant stuff. And don't forget, Paddy Power offering 6 places either on their own products or on the Racing Post app. So that gives you a decent chance if you're having a tickle on the Stewards Cup.